New York State government employee Linda Sun and her husband pleaded not guilty today at a Brooklyn federal criminal court arraignment. The two are charged with being involved in a fraudulent scheme to steer government contracts to family businesses. She and her husband allegedly received millions of dollars, including some kickbacks. For more on this story, we're joined by NTD's Arlene Richards, who is in the courtroom today. Arlene, this isn't the first time Sun and her husband have faced charges now, is it?
That's right, Don. This proceeding today involved a second superseding indictment, but the original indictment came last September when they were charged with money laundering and also acting as agents for the Chinese Communist Party, as well as alien smuggling. Now, they already pleaded not guilty to those charges, and they've also pleaded not guilty today.
And Arlene, tell us more about what they've been charged with today.
So the superseding indictment today involves a time when Ms. Sun was working for former Governor Andrew Cuomo. And at that time, she was one of his aides, and she was required to join a team. And that team was responsible for getting vendors for the face masks, because as you know, at that time, it was during the COVID pandemic. And so they were ordering lots and lots of face masks. And the allegation is that she falsified documents so that she could replace one of the approved vendors with vendors who are running businesses in her family-owned businesses. And also her husband is accused of owning one of those vendor businesses and also receiving funding through his business or being involved in a contract. So let me just look at my notes to see if there's anything else regarding that, because I think the judge mentioned a few other things. They're saying that she took this opportunity to enrich herself as well as her husband, and that she also was involved in other types of fraud, document fraud and visa fraud.
And as well, Arlene, you actually got an up-close view of Ms. Hu and her husband today. How do they appear to be handling these extra charges?
Well, I have to say that Ms. Sun appeared to be tired and maybe a little weary. It looked like she hadn't slept well. She was quite reserved, not really talking much with her attorneys. And when she did talk, it was more of a head nod. Her husband, on the other hand, seemed to be more engaged with his attorneys. He was more chatty. He even at times tried to say something to his wife, but it seemed that she barely would answer him. So even when she was speaking to the judge to respond to the questions, you could hear a little nervousness in her voice, whereas her husband seemed more calm. Now, coming up in August 25th, will be another scheduling hearing. And at that time, I think that both sides will discuss the trial and what they need to go forward with the trial. And the trial itself is scheduled to begin November 3rd, but we don't know what's going to happen in that scheduling meeting. It could be adjourned again. But as of right now, this trial is scheduled for November 3rd. Don, back to you.
Okay, Arlene, thank you.